I got vaccinated. Fully vaccinated now, so I'm in the streets, mask off. The future.
He's still in the street, mask on, but that's how he feels.
Well, you know, I'll be talking to people and they just talking at me, and the little spit mist particles be coming into my eyeballs, and I'm like, yeah, run it. So I'll be gripping the gas pump, no glove. I don't gotta use my shirt to open the door. You know what I'm saying? It's back in the game. But you know, I thought it was important to provide an update for you know, the vaccine. For those of you who want to check it out, it's on my social media. If you look up at Ramses Ja, it's on all platforms. So if you're Facebook or whatever, anything except I think Snapchat, because it deleted. Don't look me up on Snapchat. Yeah, just don't do that. I don't really post nothing on there, so and everything is deleted. So anyway, everything else, look up Ramses Ja. You'll be able to see I got both my vaccinations. I got them in out here in Arizona. There's a Cardinal Stadium called the
University of Phoenix.
Thank you. You know stuff about sports. I like you. You know stuff. Anyway, I went there twice and got both my vaccinations. They were 21 days apart. And one thing that a lot of folks want to know about is side effects. So let's talk about side effects. I first got my first vaccination. It was in the middle. It was like 4 a.m. I had to wait in a line in my car. It was exceptionally well organized. They just funnel you through. You got your barcode or whatever. For those of you who don't know, Q and I have a nonprofit, and we work with homeless people and at populations at risk for COVID-19, and so we were kind of able to get in there. But drove through the line, got up to the front, and I'm not a person who's like really comfortable with needles. I'm not uncomfortable with them either, so I'm kind of like in the middle. I don't like them. It's not like I'm looking forward to it, but I'm definitely aware of somebody sticking something into my body anywhere, even if it's in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like when they put the little wood, like popsicle stick in.
You don't even talk about the nasal test.
It's wet. The vaccination, I didn't even feel it. The first one I got, or the second one, I didn't feel it. I don't know if it's a super small needle or whatever, but they gave me the shot, and it's so quick. They popped me and then went pop like that, and then they took it back out, right? And I felt the pressure, but I didn't feel the pinch. Mm-hmm. Didn't feel it at all. And I'm like, oh man, you could see in the video, I didn't react until I felt the pressure from the hand, I guess, or whatever it was, the force, but the pinch of the needle, I didn't feel it. I'm just saying that because I need people to know this. There's a lot of folks out here who are very concerned about this vaccine for one reason or another. Anyway, got the first vaccine, hung out, no side effects, didn't feel a thing. I felt like a superhero because, I was, just feeling accomplished, feeling like I was kind of toward the tail end of this season in my life of having to stay home, having to be masked up, not really being able to get close with folks. Waited the 3 weeks and then went back to get my second appointment. And if I'm honest, the second vaccine was great. Didn't feel a thing, just like the first time. But the day after I got the vaccine, I had a bit of a headache. And I'm not a headache person. I don't really get a lot of headache. I'm not a sickly person. I don't really get sick that often. I get sick of people's mouth if you run up on me, but like outside of that, I'm fine. So that headache, I'm like, maybe there's something going on here. But I laid down, I took it easy, and that was that. And then I want to say maybe the day after that. So now we're 2 days from the vaccine. I had a bit of a runny nose. I had the sniffles, right? At no point were there any aches in my body. At no point was there any, pains or, I never felt like I couldn't breathe or anything like that. I had a bit of a runny nose. I had a headache, neither of which I can say definitively is a side effect from the vaccine, but the timing would, and I have to be honest. But, in Arizona, it's not as cold as it once was. So, in the daytime, there's dust and there's a lot of dust out here. So, allergies act up, all that sort of stuff. But for the next 2 days, I kind of took it easy. I really didn't have a lot going on because I got my vaccine like midweek, I want to say, or whatever. So I didn't really have a whole lot to do. Or no, it was just before the weekend. That was it. So going into the weekend, I didn't have a lot going on. So and that was that. And I think it's important to share this because, a lot of folks that are scared of the side effects will say things like, oh man, once you figure out, I didn't grow another arm, there was nothing like that. And then during this time, because I'm studying it, I'm knowing that I'm going to have to share this on the radio. I recognized, or I read and then recognized what was happening in my body. So what it is, and the reason why we got the vaccine so quick is, once upon a time, what we had to do was create through maybe breeding is the best term, or whatever, but we had to create a weakened version of a virus. And then the weakened version would be injected into our bodies, and then our bodies would learn how to fight off that weakened version. So the weakened version wouldn't kill us. And this is what happened with things like polio and those. This is why it took years to develop these vaccines. Well, science and technology has advanced to the point where now we can simulate just a piece of the virus, enough to give our body the instructions to fight it, and synthesize that and inject us with that. So there's no dead virus, there's no weakened virus. It's just a synthetic mRNA strand, for those of you familiar with the way DNA works, or living, the code for living creatures works. So it's a synthesized mRNA band that's injected into our body. Our body recognizes it and then tries to fight it off, right? And most folks, when they do have side effects, it's after the second injection. And what it is your body it sees this new invader. It's fake, it's not real. So at no point am I actually sick, right? But my body is trying to flush what it thinks is a disease from my body, right? So I'm not at risk at all. There's nothing going on. But my body sees it. It's like, haha, let's learn how to fight this. And so it's developing all the defenses and so forth. So my body is flushing out, and this is, the runny nose thing. My body's diverting resources to attack this. So this is why maybe there's less, I get a headache because my brain doesn't need these resources right now. My belly needs the resources to fight off this, whatever. I'm not sure. Clearly, I don't sound like a doctor or medical professional, but something like this is what happens. And so if you have side effects, that's a sign that it's working, that your body is building the immunity. Your body has recognized that there's a foreign body object in there. It's developing the defense for it, and your immune system is responding accordingly. And so I wanted to say that just so that we were all on the same page, that I am a living, breathing human being. Ramses Jah, right? I got both vaccines. I got video proof of it. I got my vaccine card, okay? And if you feel so inclined, I feel like you should get the vaccine. There's nothing, the most that I could say, and I'm really stretching here. I'm really reaching. I had a bit of a headache one day, and then the next day I had a bit of a runny nose, and I'll take that over a 2-week bout with the coronavirus any day of the week.
Yeah, I had that 2-week bout. It ain't what you want at all.